Hi there. It's me, Miss Danielson, and I'm back for another super fun art lesson. I'm excited about this one. I've told a few of you that it was coming because maybe we were in a breakout group with your regular classroom teacher, and I was asking you some questions to help me prepare for it. I think it's fun. Hope you do too. If you did not get a chance to do last week's assignment, which was to submit a photo into the Google Slides so that I can see your favorite work of art, you still can do that. I will never delete, well, I shouldn't say never because maybe I will someday, but I won't delete this one from our Google Classroom. So today's assignments are marked 1029, but the ones underneath there are from last week. So you can always try that. I'd love to see the artwork that you're working on. And even if you did do it last week, but you want to show me something new, you can keep doing that. You can keep adding slides and pictures just by hitting the plus sign. It's kind of up in the other corner. I can never get this right, you guys. It's opposite. All right. It's up in the upper left-hand corner. When you're opening Google Slides, you just hit a plus, and it will allow you to add more slides. And then you repeat all the same steps with submitting more photos. You hit the image and then the camera, and then you can take more pictures. So we can just keep doing that all year long if we want to. All right, let's get to today. So we are back with our statement of the day. Help us get in the right frame of mind, start to believe in ourselves. It's a repeat after me. So I will say it, and then you repeat it. I am an artist. I am a creator of ideas and a solver of problems. Sometimes the problems are on my paper. Sometimes they are with my neighbor. Sometimes they're inside of myself. But I know I can solve problems because mistakes are opportunities to learn and grow. And I am proud to be an artist. Hey, if you forgot to hit present, do that. The arrow, it's telling you which way to point, since I can never remember. Okay, moving on. So we've seen this video before. We watched it before we did our continuous line drawing, which a lot of you took photos of and sent them to me last week, so I got to see your drawing. Super cool. I'm going to show you again because it's a quick video, but this time we're looking for straight lines. So the theme for today, straight lines.
There are short lines, long lines, straight lines, curvy lines, zigzag, dotted, dashed, thick, and thin. Implied lines are lines that are ICs, but the line isn't actually drawn. There are also horizontal lines, vertical, diagonal, parallel, perpendicular, continuous, tapered, varied, broken, and an outline. So why did the line cross the road? Because he was tired of being sidelined. Because he's a bold line. Well, to be fair, the road did cross him first.
It always surprises me when that's over. Actually, I don't know if that was over, but we got to the part where we needed to see, which were these three lines, horizontal, vertical, diagonal. But then I noticed that he was altering them or changing them. He was doing things like making them long, making them short. He might have been putting multiples, like when he talked about parallel. You could take two horizontals, put them right above each other, they don't touch, or next to each other for vertical, looks like the number 11, or diagonal too. He said, did he say intersecting? Well, if he didn't, he should have. A letter T is a horizontal and a vertical. A letter X, two diagonals. Intersecting, meaning crossing over. So these are our three lines that we're going to focus on for today, kind of in the same way that you did the whole project with continuous, but this time with the straight lines. Now we're going to do something a little bit different too, because we're not going to use pen and paper today, or pencil and paper. We're going to use Kami, and I'm super excited about it. You guys have been using Kami for like math assignments or vocabulary, and I'm hoping you're feeling comfortable. We're going to use it in a little bit of a different way. So even if you're not feeling comfortable, that's okay, because I'm going to teach you how to use the drawing tools that are part of Kami. So let me just show you a few examples before we jump over there. All 5 of these works of art are only using straight lines. Now you might notice that you'll see some shapes. I see triangles, I see rectangles, I see squares, but they are all filled with straight lines. Whether they are a combination of vertical and horizontal, like we see here. I also see it here, vertical, horizontal. Oh, I see it here too. Well, kind of. Some of these horizontals are more diagonal, aren't they? They're kind of crooked. There's some horizontal. So horizontal is side to side, vertical up and down. Diagonal is, I always think of it as like the disco line. It starts with a D. Disco, because it's diagonal. All right, bad joke. Triangles are made out of diagonal lines where they would point, but there could still be some horizontal and vertical in a triangle, but then they have to be closed with a diagonal. Am I trying to sneak in math or something? What is happening? All right, so Kami. Like I said, you guys have been using it for math. You're the ones that taught me about it. I didn't have a clue what it was until I started to work with some of you in breakout rooms and to learn how you were using Kami for vocabulary quizzes, math assignments. I'm trying to remember what else I've seen you do with Kami. That might be it. It might just be those 2 things. A lot of times you guys are using the text box, or you have been using the drawing tool in order to use like your finger and write, which we can use also. So we're pretty much going to focus in on the drawing tools and then shapes and then the eraser. I learned some things about changing color too, so maybe I'm actually going to teach you. I don't know. All right, I'm going to exit this slideshow and I'm going to hop over to Kami. Well, I'm going to hop over to Google Classroom and show you how to find things. So, okay, here we go. This is my practice Google Classroom. This is not our 2nd grade Google Classroom, but I tried to make it look kind of like it. So when you first open Google Classroom, there's just kind of like a running list, and everybody's teacher uses it a little bit differently. I don't spend a whole lot of time on this page. Sometimes I'll give you a little message right here, but most of the time it's just telling you if I put something into the classwork page, it's just telling you that I did it. So that stream, sometimes kids get confused and think that's the only place to find things. The classwork section, and I wish it was on the first page, but I'm not the boss. The classwork section is way more organized, in my opinion. So let's click it. Come on, click it. There we go. So the top always says art projects to work on, and that's where I put in every single day. Now, when you open the 2nd grade one, it's going to be way longer because we've done so much work. I haven't been putting them all in there every week onto my test page, but today I thought I needed to because this is the first time doing Kami. All right, so first thing you're going to see is this. I've cleverly called it Watch First. I did that last week too. Watch this first. So this is basically just the exact same. It's me right now. I'm talking. That's what you're going to watch first. So, well, that feels weird. I'm telling you to watch me, but I'm actually watching. Never mind. Okay. The one you're going to click on first is the top one. Then click on this one, which is Kami assignment for 1029. I think it's called My Straight Line Drawing. But you'll see that Kami assignment for 1029. So I'm going to click on that because obviously I can't watch this first because I'm doing it right now. All right. You're like, she is so weird. Okay. So this is what you guys have taught me. When you first open things up, it just looks like this. It's kind of like a PDF, which means you can't do anything. It's almost like a photo. But we have to come up here and hit Open with Kami. That's where the magic happens. So open with Kami, and that's where it's going to activate everything. Now, I made this up for you. It's kind of almost like a worksheet. My Straight Line Art. I will create a drawing with straight lines. I can use horizontal, vertical, diagonal. So when I say I'm talking about you because you're the one that's going to create a drawing on your own Cami. Now I want to give myself a little more room to draw, so I'm way over here on the right side, and I'm going to use the scroll bar, which means I'm pushing the directions out, but I remember what they are. And if I can't remember, I just go right up there, scroll up, and then I can see it again. Okay, so this is going to give me more space to draw. Now, like we said, we're going to focus in on probably the drawing tools, which mine are highlighted. Mine are highlighted because I was messing around with this yesterday. Yours might be not open. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. I am going to, oh gosh, this is so exciting. I am going to start to draw. Yesterday I was using this kind of magenta color, but I don't know if you saw that. As soon as I touched it, the other options popped open. Now it's kind of weird. It's like, why would I want two magentas or two yellows? Man, yours is probably looking different than mine. And you know why? It's because I hit the more colors. Look at this, you guys. So more colors. It looks like what's called a paint palette. Like if you're a fancy artist and you put your paints on a wooden thing and you put your thumb through it and you paint like this, that's called a paint palette. So that's the image right here. Click that, and that's going to open up all these colors. So if I don't want to use magenta anymore and I want black, which makes sense because it's nice to have that black outline for certain things, or just to maybe, well, I'm wearing black. It's kind of one of my favorite colors. All right, I'm also thinking I don't need two yellows. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to replace it. Wait, almost went for the aqua, and then I realized I already have aqua. What should I do? Orange is a great color. Let's see. There we go. I don't love this particular red. I like the darker one, so I'm going to click that. So just slightly changing it. It doesn't mean I have to get a whole brand new color. Maybe I just want a different one. In fact, I might do the same thing with the yellow. I like kind of these gold yellows where they've mixed a little bit of brown in there. I think that's prettier. Maybe not the aqua. Maybe go in more with a teal. Oh, kind of like the aqua. Never mind. I went back to the aqua, but instead of up here, I went 2 shades down. So pretty cool in that we can change all of our colors, lightness and darkness. There's more to come. So, okay, so I'm going to hit save. So now I have my choices. There they are over here. I will start with that kind of mustard color and horizontal line. Now, when you start, if your line is not that thick, it's because I changed the thickness. You guys, is my Cami thing blocking my way? Oh, hide tool. Sorry, I hope you don't have to. There we go. Okay. Nope, it wasn't. Now, how did I change that? Right up here. So where the little number 12 was, that's almost like a font size. If you're typing and you want your words to be bigger, you can change the font. But I can also change the thickness of my line. So now I'm going to go, I was on a 12, now I'm going to go to a 2 and see if I can draw. And I'm doing okay. I'm using the mouse pad, which was a 2-fingered thing. I had to push down and then drag with my other finger. This is a touch screen. I think most of your Chromebooks are touch screens too. So there I just reached out and touched it. That was my finger. You couldn't see what I was doing because it's right below the camera, but it worked. All right, so far I have 2 horizontals, 1 vertical. I'm going to add intersecting diagonal and some short ones. Oh, that's kind of almost looked curvy. I think I'm going to erase that. So what did I do? I walked right over here. I didn't walk over there. Went right over here, grabbed the eraser, and I'm going to go. See a curvy. I'm not crazy about that one either. You have shown me that, so I bet you know exactly where to find that. Okay, went back up to the drawing tool, and I think I'm going to change some colors. So I think you're starting to figure this out, right? Horizontal, diagonal, repeat, repeat, repeat. This is not my best drawing in the whole wide world. I'm just giving you some ideas. Again, maybe I want to thicken that blue. Oh, what a difference, huh? Oh, this is kind of fun too. I was doing this yesterday. I'll take a thin line and overlap. So for that thick mustard colored one was underneath the blue one. And the blue one was thinner, so it was able to overlap and not hide all of the mustard one. All right, there's something else in here. Now I can't remember how to do it, you guys. Oh, I know. It's in shapes. Okay, clicking on shapes. Some of you you already know this, or you're just gonna go, well, I'm never gonna use my mouse pad to draw because look at right here. Insert line. So I went to shapes, which is right below the drawing tool. Went to shapes. You can put in rectangles, circles, what they call it an ellipse, which is a fancy way of saying kind of a rounded shape. Triangle. I'm going to hit the insert line since that's what we're working on. Now I'm going to come over. Oh, okay. That is much straighter than what I was doing, huh? I don't know, though it's still kind of fun. It's almost the same thing as like, tracing something or drawing it yourself. And all I'm doing is touching the mouse pad and then dragging it. I can do it with my finger too. So these straight lines will come. Oh, that would be kind of fun to do something like that. Now I almost wish I could start the whole thing over. Oh, guess what? I can go back up to drawing. Oopsie, nope, eraser. And as soon as I touch it with that eraser tool, it disappears. Hey, there we go. So, fresh start, that's okay. I can keep doing this as long as I want until I finally can decide that I like it and I want to hit the submit button. Am I breaking the rules? I see vertical, I see horizontal, and I see diagonal. They're long, they're short. Let's bring in some other colors in here. To think about kind of a pattern. So I go in between. Right now, you can probably almost hear my, can you probably hear it a bit? You can probably hear me clicking. I'm using the mouse pad. I don't know why I do that. Why sometimes I use the mouse and sometimes I use my finger. I think it's probably because I don't do a lot of computer graphic work. I draw in with paper pencil and much more than I do on the computer. And so I don't really have my habits ready to go. This is cool too. And I'm almost done and I'll leave you alone. So transparency. If I drag this down, it means transparency is another way of saying see-through. So I should probably switch colors. So go to blue. Now if I draw, it's not the same blue. It's a really light blue and it's see-through. So almost like a piece of tape. You put a piece of tape over the top of something, but you can still see what's underneath it. So that's what just happened is I made that blue see-through. It did get lighter also. So let's see, I went back up to regular blue. There we go. So now when I'm drawing with blue, okay, this drawing is looking terrible. But now when I'm drawing with blue, it's not hiding. I mean, it is hiding what's underneath. Also, if you want to, you can play around with some of the shapes. And I would let you do that because vertical, horizontal. So a rectangle is made up of two of our three lines, vertical and horizontal. And I feel like I need to change colors in here. A triangle, as we already talked about, is made up of our diagonal and horizontal, and sometimes a vertical. Oh, that's kind of fun. Boy, we could do so many things with this, you guys. Cammy, can you believe it? Your teachers are tricking you. They're trying to make you do math and read and write with it. I think Cammy's made for art. Just kidding. Okay, I think I'm done. I think that it's time for you to explore. Don't forget, there's so many tools you can play with in here. Most important, I'm going to go back to this classroom. Please, please, please watch first. Otherwise, you won't have seen me. You'll be like, what am I doing in Cammy? Is she trying to trick me to do math? And then just explore all of these tools. Remember, you can change your color with the palette, change the thickness up here, make it transparent. You know what? You're probably going to say, oh, you didn't know about the 58 other things we could do, Miss Danielson. But on the rules, there are barely any, but you're going to use straight lines. I can use horizontal, vertical, diagonal. If you love it, you go up to where you see your initials. So for me, it's KD. Hop, hop, hop. One more, hop. I think it's save. When you hit save, that means it's submitting and you're sending it to me. Actually, I think yours says submit. Because I'm the teacher, I think mine says something different. Mrs. Purrier taught me that last week. So, but do, when you're ready to be done, look up here, find your initials, and then boom, boom, boom. I think it says submit instead of save. So, have a great time, you guys. I'm going to keep looking around for some more digital art that we can do too, because there is a world of it out there. And this is always the awkward moment where I need to stop recording. All right, have a good weekend. Hey, and this will send to me. Did I say that already? When you hit submit, I get to see it. So we don't have to drop it into your slides as a photo, but if you want to do something else, you're welcome to. All right, I'll probably see you in the morning or in the afternoon in your Zooms. Have a good one, everybody.